Spain is a popular destination among foreigners seeking to own property, whether for investment purposes or for personal use. But one of the most complex aspects of buying a home in Spain is the property taxes. There are several taxes and they will vary depending on the value of the property, where it is located, and your residency status. This is Oscar Turegano from Emergent Investors. We provide immigration, banking, and real estate solutions to foreign investors in Spain. If you're looking to move to Spain or purchase a property to use it and also rent it out on Airbnb while you're not here, we can help you through the whole process of researching the best locations, off-market properties, analyzing the potential investment performance of properties, carry out the negotiation process, all the legal due diligence and contracts management. We also find mortgages for foreign citizens. We manage properties on Airbnb while you're not in Spain, and we basically take care of everything you might need as a foreign property buyer in Spain. If you're interested in getting personalized investment and immigration advice in Spain, you can request a consultation with me or just contact me through the link you will find in the description below. So today we're going to talk about property taxes in Spain for foreign citizens. This topic is going to be quite complex. We will first see the different taxes that you will pay when buying a property in Spain. Then we will see the taxes you have to pay for owning the property, and finally the taxes you will pay for renting your property on Airbnb. Here it is very important to mention that taxes for buying a property in Spain are the same for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're Spanish, European, or non-European, regardless of where you come from or where do you live, you will pay exactly the same. So the first and most important tax is the property transfer tax, or VAT tax. And here I say or because you will have to pay one or the other, but never both. If the property is new, first-hand, and you're buying straight from the developer, you will have to pay the VAT tax. And it will be the developer who will return this tax to the Spanish tax administration. The VAT tax rate in Spain for buying a property is a flat 10% of the purchase price everywhere in Spain. And there is an additional tax only for first-hand properties, which is the stamp duty. If you're buying a second-hand property, you will not have to pay the stamp duty. But if the property is new, you will have to pay between 0.5% to 1.5% of the purchase price. And this will depend on the region where the property is located. On the other hand, if the property is second-hand, you will not pay the VAT tax, but instead you will pay the property transfer tax, which in Spain we call it ITP, and it stands for Impuesto de Transmisiones Patrimoniales. This transfer tax rate will depend on the region where the property is located. There are 17 regions in Spain and each one has its own tax system. However, you can expect to pay between 6% to 10% of the purchase price. Here you can see a table with the property transfer tax rates in each region. Nonetheless, in regions like Andalusia and other ones, the tax rate is progressive and it depends on the value of the property as well. So far, these are basically all the taxes involved in buying a property in Spain. There will also be some other fees and additional costs, such as the property buyer agent or legal fees, the notary fee, the property registry fee, or the transaction costs. If you want to see all the costs involved in buying a property in Spain, you should check out this video instead. Taxes for owning a property. So now we're going to see the taxes you will pay for owning a property in Spain, whether you're going to rent it out on Airbnb or it will be for personal use only. The first one is the property tax, which in Spain is known as the IBI tax. As a property owner, you will have to pay this tax once a year, and it usually goes from around 0.4 to 1.2% of the cadastral value of the property. Keep in mind that I said the cadastral value of the property and not the purchase price of the property. The cadastral value is the reference price taken into account by the Spanish tax administration, but it's not the market value of the property. So the property tax will always be linked to the cadastral value and not the purchase price. Remember that. And as a matter of fact, the cadastral value is always way lower than the actual purchase price, so don't worry. On the other hand, unfortunately in Spain we still have the wealth tax. In my personal view, I think that this tax will eventually disappear, since it has happened in many other neighboring European countries. However, there are still many regions in Spain that still has this wealth tax in place. In some places like Madrid and more recently in the southern region of Andalusia, the wealth tax has been completely eliminated. I have to say that obviously there are many strategies to reduce or even to avoid paying this tax, But still, this is something you must know before investing a significant amount of money in Spain. From 1 million euros upwards, you will pay from 0.2% to 3.5% in case you're investing over 11 million euros into the country. Taxes for leasing a property. And that all said, we're going to see now the most important tax that you all want to know, which is the rental income tax. This tax will depend on your residency status. If you're a resident in Spain, which means that you spend more than 183 days per year in the country, if you're a non-resident in Spain but resident in a European Union country, or if you're a non-resident in Spain and non-resident in any European Union country. But before talking about rental income taxes, there are many of you who might not want to lease your property, but I'm sorry to say that you will still have to pay a small tax if you have the property vacant for most part of the year. So let's say that you come to Spain only for 2 months in summer. In that case, you will have to pay a small annual tax, which has a complex calculation, but it is usually around 0.3 to 0.5 of the property purchase price. If you want to lease your property on Airbnb, you will have to declare that income on your personal income tax declaration in Spain, but only if the income you're obtaining in Spain is more than 1,000 euros per year. So let's say that the only income you obtain in Spain is 800 euros from leasing your property a few days a year on Airbnb. In that case, you will not have to declare anything. So if you're a resident in Spain, you will have to add the profit obtained on Airbnb to your personal income tax. This tax has a progressive rate starting from 19% if you're earning less than 12,500 euros on profit, to 47% on the last bracket, which is for the profit obtained over 300,000 euros. It is very important to mention here that we are talking about profit. That means you can deduct costs such as the property management fee, property repairs, Airbnb commissions, community costs, the property tax, property supplies, cleaning, insurances, and other many things. If you're a non-resident in Spain but resident in a European Union country, you are lucky because the personal income tax rate is not progressive, but a flat 19%. So they can basically deduct exactly the same cost and they will pay a fixed 19% on profit. And finally, if you're a non-resident in Spain and non-resident in any European Union country, the personal income tax will be a flat 24%. However, you will not be able to deduct costs. So basically you will pay a 24% on income, not on profit. Anyway, do not take all this information as a tax advice. I'm not an expert in tax matters. I'm an expert in real estate, so I recommend you to consult all of this information with a tax advisor in Spain who will study in more detail your personal situation. If you're finally decided on investing in real estate in Spain, either for personal use or for renting it on Airbnb, you can get in touch with us and we will design and carry out a customized real estate investment plan for you.